Hi, Rob here, and coming up on R&B Reviews, Joaquin Phoenix returns to his Oscar-winning role of Arthur Fleck in Joker, and I'm probably mispronouncing the title, Folie Deux. I'll have my review coming right up. Back in October of 2019, Warner Brothers and DC put out a dark, controversial standalone movie featuring Joaquin Phoenix as a wannabe comedian and mentally ill worker for a clown agency who goes down a downward spiral that creates this alter ego he calls the Joker. Now, I really liked the first film. I liked how Phoenix played him as a struggling person trying to go through life and have all kinds of hardships fall on him. And the first movie talked about relevant issues like programs that benefit people like him getting cut and the lack of medication. Yes, it did have some derivative elements, like for example, I recognized some similarities between this film and Martin Scorsese's movie, The King of Comedy with Robert De Niro, but I thought it was a smart, intelligent movie where I questioned what I was seeing. Was it really happening or was it happening inside his head? I thought it was suspenseful and it had me on the edge of my seat. Well, when it was announced that there would be a sequel, my thought was, well, where can they go from here with it? Did the movie even justify a sequel? Well, this movie does pick up after the first film left off with him in prison, and bad luck is still happening to Arthur. Prison guards keep asking him to tell him a joke in a mocking way, and Lady Gaga plays a fellow inmate named Lee, short for Harley as in Harley Quinn, and the movie focuses on their infatuation with each other, as well as Arthur's trial where his lawyer wants to prove he suffers from a split personality that he calls the Joker, and it was this personality and not Arthur that did all the killings in the first film. Now, I found the sequel to be a bit of a disappointment. I felt like the movie took too long to get started, and nothing for me got exciting until the trial scene started. The movie is also a musical, which was how it was advertised when the sequel was first announced, and the songs, they mostly come from Broadway movie musicals like That's Entertainment came from the bandwagon. There's also For Once in My Life, and then Bewitched, and a lot more. At first I wondered, how are they going to pull this off, because most movie musicals have a sort of fantasy element to them, and the Joker has a realistic aesthetic to it. But I think the filmmakers found a way to make it work. Sometimes they were in the characters' heads, sometimes when they didn't have the words to speak what they wanted to say, they just kind of said it with the music complementing it. These musical numbers were not bad, but I felt like they really weren't integrated into the movie. Sometimes they just felt like short excerpts. I thought Lady Gaga was great as Lee. Her and Arthur both have similar backgrounds, and they use fantasy as an escape from their problems. And Phoenix, once again, I thought was good as the quiet yet creepy Arthur Fleck. I also liked the cinematography as well as the look of the movie. But I think what disappointed me with it was it just wasn't as smart as the first film. I think what the film was trying to explore this time around was the public's obsession with high-profile court cases with celebrities. In this movie, the public are glued to these live broadcasts of Arthur's trial, and as people that despise him as well as people that look up to him watching the court case. In other words, the case is serving as entertainment for Gotham City. I feel like the angle was not explored effectively, and also the Fleck's ego it kind of grows as the trial goes on when he feels like a big shot. Personally, I thought the court scenes were the most intense as Fleck is trying to keep it together, and also some testimony from witnesses who were also in the first film were very emotional. Overall, I thought the sequel was just okay. I really didn't read reviews, but before I saw the movie, I did see headlines on the internet that said that audiences were ripping this movie apart. And later, after I wrote this review, I looked at Richard Roper's review as well as Glenn Kenny's review on RogerEbert.com, tearing this movie apart, and I thought, this movie I didn't think was that bad, but I felt like it was a missed opportunity. I thought the leads were great. The angle of people's obsession for trials was there, but I felt like it just didn't really come together or go anywhere. I probably wouldn't recommend seeing it in the theaters. I might recommend it for home viewing, but rating-wise, I would probably give it 2.5 stars. It's okay, just a bit of a disappointment to me. I mean, the first one I thought was way better and had more to say. Alright, well that's my review of the Joker movie. Please post your comments in the comment box below, and feel free to check out some other movie reviews that you can watch either in the theaters or in the comforts of your own home. Please hit the like button, and if you're interested, please hit that subscriber button so that you get a notification every time I have a movie review out. Thank you very much for watching.